that song could have been me. I could have sung that song. You know, we'd be like, ah.
Okay.
Today we on Russ Meek's Speak Show. Again, the notable Russ Meeks talked a lot about freedom, the rights that people have, and me, I try to come on the show because I've been asked to come in from time to time to bring other things and knowledge that people might want to be able to spread. And today I have two bright gentlemen who've been through a lot of these things with Russ, and they know Russ also, and could tell us the story of some of the things that they're doing now to try to help a lot of people around the Chicagoland area. And I'll let them introduce themselves, so tell them about yourself, Allan.
Okay. My name is Allan Evans. My friends call me Tiny. Harold Washington called me Tiny. Al Raby called me Tiny. Warner Saunders called me Tiny. And if you Google Allan Tiny Evans, they'll tell my story at Dartmouth College.
Okay.
Okay.
And you, sir?
Yeah, my name is Willie Stovall. Everyone, I'm a promoter also, and they call me Westside Bill. I do blues, R&B, and gospel.
Okay.
And I retired in 1990 from ComEd, and I was introduced to Tiny maybe about 10 years ago. He and Butch Campbell, he started the Peacemakers Coalition, so I'm the vice president of the Peacemakers Coalition.
Okay, now, what is the Peacemakers Coalition?
Okay.
Well, the Peacemakers Coalition is not an organization. It's a coalition of people, schools, churches, other organizations, and businesses. And what we do, we try to bring all these people together in unity. So that's mostly what we do.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm just trying to get an understanding. So what have you guys been able to achieve? What have you done? And what do you do?
Okay. Now, the Peacemakers was started by three guys, Butch Campbell, Miller Rogers, and Steve Robertson, Northwest Austin Council. So when Harold Washington was mayor, he started a program called the Chicago Intervention Network.
Okay.
And I think Boise Edwards, he does some stuff here, and he was a part of the Chicago Intervention Network. So I was the chairman of Area 8, that's the West Side. So Butch Campbell was a part of it. He had a program called Westside People for Progress. Danny Davis was an alderman, Ed Smith was an alderman. But anybody who did anything on the West Side, got any money or had any influence, had to be a part of the SIN program.
Mandatory.
Mandatory.
Okay.
And so, like I say, Harold Washington called me Tiny too. So we had a program with Butch, and you know, like the drug dealers be on the corner, we'd go on the corner and have a meeting.
And have some drugs.
Right. Well, what the drug dealers did, they just go to another corner.
Okay.
They didn't confront us or nothing, they just go to another corner. We had a CB program where we'd ride around and we see some kind of illegal activity. We'll call in and get a phone tree, have about 10 people call in and talk about what was happening.
Okay.
At that point, I worked with, you know, Dr. King. When he came to the city, he left, but James Bevel stayed. He was on the West Side. Al Sampson stayed. He was out south. Jesse Jackson stayed. He was out south. And so Bevel had a program called Union to End Slums. And we had a program at the library where me and about 5 other people taught literacy. And Bevel was a chaplain for the West Side organization. George Pension was a notable guy from that. And so I was a deacon in the West Side organization church.
Okay.
So we went with Bevel to the SIN program, and then I was voted the president. And we, at one point, I worked at Bobby Wright Mental Health Center. A lady named Jean Lewis got me a job there. And so I first started dealing with mental health. And so my wife got pregnant, and so I had to stop doing community work, and I went to work for the Board of Education in special education.
Got it.
And so when I retired from the Board of Education, then I went back to community work.
Okay.
And so we went to ABC Youth Center. At that point, it's on 13th Place in Holman. Matter of fact, this year is the 100th anniversary of the Bobby Franks killing. You know, Leopold and Lowe killed a young boy,
right.
and Bobby Franks' father built the ABC, American Boys Commonwealth, to remember his son. And so at this point, Bill is the president of the advisory board.
Okay,
and I'm the vice president. Now, let me just say this about being a vice president. That is really a great job to have. That is a powerful job to have. And the vice president, a lot of times, work harder than the president.
Okay.
So after Harold Washington died, I went and got a job, and I kind of fell out with Butch. I hadn't seen him in a while. So Danny Davis used to have a program, him and Garfield Majors, where they would have people on and talk and stuff. Me and Bill been on there. And he'd also let you put names on the prayer list. So I used to call in and put people on the prayer list. And one time I called in and Butch Campbell was on there. He and Danny Davis always kept close. So it was so good to hear his voice, and he said, "Tiny, I got a program I want you to help me with called the Peacemakers."
Okay.
So I said, okay. Now, at the ABC, we started a program called the Sully Palmer Legacy Committee, where we gave scholarships to young people. And so now, I didn't know Bill then. Now, we know a lot of the same people, but I didn't know him, okay? So then we started working at St. Agatha with the Community Action Program. When Quinn was the governor, he said if you get 8% of a pre-election, you could put a referendum on the ballot. And so it was 19 mental health centers in 1970, and it went down to about 6, okay? So we wanted to have a referendum on the ballot for a mental health center, not funded by the state or the city, but funded by people's property taxes.
Okay.
They told us we needed 2,600 signatures. We turned in 10,200 signatures.
So is that enough?
Right, okay. So then we have our mental health center, called it the Incompetence Center. I brought you a card about it. We had talked a little bit about it.
Okay.
And so Bill and I had worked on that, and then so we went over to work with Butch, and so Butch, he was a way out guy. He thought stuff like the police shouldn't be just jumping on people, beating them up, and chase them out the corner.
You mean that shouldn't be done?
Right. Okay.
And police can't come see some black people and let me beat these people down.
Right.
Do the Rodney King on them.
Right. You know. So Butch said we should get involved with the police, and we had a meeting where we had hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff on 4 corners. One corner was the drug dealers.
Okay. The
next corner was the police.
Okay. The police. Then
right.
What's the 4th corner?
Right. The north corner was a church.
Okay.
A Reverend Wright. He was Lutheran church, and then the Peacemakers.
Okay.
So we had everybody cooperating. The police wasn't trying to chase the drug dealers. The drug dealers wasn't selling no drugs.
We're just trying to get together.
Just trying to get together.
Now, you said
called unity.
The main focus of the Peacemakers right now is to what? Provide mental health, or to bring people together, or what would you say the main focus of the Peacemakers is?
The thing is, we started dealing with mental health because when me and Bill went over to help Butch, we had got the Incompetence Center. It's 5 years old now, self-sufficient. So we had gotten that, and then Butch was working with the police. Now they named a corner on Central and Division for Butch Campbell. That's Butch Campbell Corner. I think it goes 2 blocks.
Okay.
The 15th District for a couple of years gave out a Butch Campbell Award for people doing stuff in the community. One time, me, Bill, and Butch went to see Lieutenant Cato. He was a lieutenant, right?
Yeah, he was a lieutenant at the time.
He was lieutenant. And Butch told him about his ideas about how the police should do and stuff.
Right.
And Cato said, well, hey, that sounds good, but I can't do nothing because I'm just a lieutenant.
Now, how do you guys work with the police department?
Well, now sometimes we have one of our members, Velda, who works with the police department. So we've helped them give out food, give out clothing. You know, so we help with buying the guns back. You know, we our community, we help them.
Okay.
You know, we don't be no stool pigeons like that, but we help the police. We think the police are public servants, and we want them to do their job.
Now, do you guys also work with people in the penal system? Right now, we got thousands of people locked up, and right now, mental health is a major problem that people have that are locked up.
Okay. Now we have I have a brother-in-law who did 25 years, and he started a program called We, and so we work with him with what he's doing with, you know, ex-offenders.
Okay.
Helping them get identification, helping them get in the jobs program, doing that. You know, so we work with ex-offenders through the We program because we're a coalition. So we do things that people in the coalition do.
Okay. Now, how large is your budget? How much money are you guys working with right now?
Okay, now, the thing is that we don't have a budget. We had an executive director who came in and gave us a budget, but we have never got any money from anybody. As a matter of fact, what's the gentleman who came in?
You mean the person that just came through?
Yeah.
The Keith director or the?
Yeah, I think it's Keith.
Yeah.
Because he did a video about a program about building up the community, not-for-profits. And so we participated in that program. But we don't have any money. The first thing that we did, Nate Washington died, and we all went in our pockets to get money out to give his people something. And Bill said, well, hey, I'm a promoter. So we don't have to do that. We can have an event and raise money.
So Bill, I got to ask you,
Yeah.
you had a situation where you guys provide some services that could affect millions of people. And right now, it seems like it would be worth giving money to that type of activity that could help people throughout the state. Wouldn't you promote that to say, look, we can get you a lot of money?
Yeah. At the present time, what we're doing, we're getting a program together called Beautification.
Okay.
So we started that program, as a matter of fact. So what we do, the peacemakers in the neighborhood and some churches get together, and they walk down the street and they clean the block. And when the police come and they support us, and then at the end of the day, when we finish, we go to the end of the block and we have hot dogs and whatever.
Now,
and
question:
we talk.
why is it that you guys have to get and clean the block? Isn't that part of what the city of Chicago is supposed to be doing, cleaning the blocks anyway?
Right.
Yeah, but a lot of times people throw paper down in the yard and stuff. The city only cleans so much.
Okay. So you say
But
these people are
it's up
nasty.
to
We can only do so much.
Yeah, it's up to the residents to keep their block clean.
Okay.
You can't expect the city to do everything. So that's what we're trying to instill in some of the young kids. And what we're trying to do now, we're trying to do a program where we can put the young kid to work. And one of the template for that is you get each household in the block to donate $5, maybe $10, and pay these kids to keep the block clean. Because if they got to pick it up, they're not going to throw it down. So that's an incentive, to just pay them, give them a summer job that they can do.
Yeah,
That's
kind
what
of
we're
the strategy I
trying
try to use with my daughter, try to make her clean up. Like, oh, that allowance is here, so you got to clean up. Dad, I need some money. Well, I'm looking at this room, don't look too clean.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing other churches, you know, other blocks, we're going to be doing these type things.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that we do. That's one of the programs that we implement.
What about the programs that are helping people that are locked up? Got a lot of situations right now where we have mental problems. Do you guys direct or work directly with the prison system to let them know that you're here to help?
Well, through the WE program, Willie Davis, you know, we work with ex-offenders, but we do a lot. Like I said, we work with ex-offenders, we work with veterans. Tell you this little bit. I wasn't in the Army. I was against the war, okay?
You were around Vietnam time.
At Vietnam time, right. Now, but I was a lieutenant colonel in the ROTC.
Okay.
If I had went to the Army, I could have got a commission. But my friend Wakati Ill, who went down and worked with Dr. King, after I saw what he was going through with it, I wasn't gonna fight for this country. And my partner, Henry Jordan, it's another story, but Henry Jordan, when he got drafted, he went down on Adams Street and he just jumped up and hit one of the soldiers in the jaw.
Why?
Because he didn't want to go to the Army.
Okay.
That's a good way to get kicked
Right.
out.
And so he didn't have to go, and we put our money together and paid his bond so he didn't have to go.
Okay.
So when they drafted me, and I went down on Adams, I was looking to see who I was going to hit.
Oh, gosh.
And then they called my name, and I had been to reform school. And they told me, they said, because you've been to reform school, we can't draft you. But if you want, we would appreciate it if you join. And they had lines on the floor. I said, which one of them lines is out? And I went on out.
Give me that line. I'll take that direction.
That's the one I went to.
So right now with the Peacemakers, you guys are doing a lot of things.
Right.
There's a lot of people that need your help.
Yeah.
Right now, my biggest issue is I definitely want to help people on the mental wellness side because it's definitely needed. And also a huge amount for people getting communities cleaned up, letting people understand how they can make things work. And then trying to get funding available because right now we know that kids definitely out in the streets without a job, they're going to do and make money one way or another.
Right.
Either they're going to get a job or they're going to steal.
Right.
So the bottom line right now is to provide services that can assist to get things they need and also educate them. So we can actually educate you so you can do this continuously. It's like trying to find people, say, look, how do I make people eat? Well, I can tell you how to fish. You know, you can get some fish that you can eat. But if you can't do anything, you're going to die. So right now you're saying Peacemakers is there to provide the services that are needed in the community to make things work. Now, my question is, what's the mayor say about what you guys are trying to do?
Yeah.
Now, the mayor is a good man. Now, I was, and I'm going to see the mayor in a week or so. Okay. So I was upset with him because we have the mental health centers, and he don't have to give us no money. All he got is approve who we nominate to be on our commission.
Okay.
And Lightfoot, she wouldn't help us until she got put out of office, and then she signed some people on.
Okay.
So when I heard that I would have an opportunity to speak with the mayor, I was getting ready to go down there and front him off, you know. But then I heard that, nah, don't do that, because he's doing good now. He's helping us nominating the people that we say we want.
And you think that our mayor will be a repeat? Will he actually get in a second term?
Well, since he turned around and helped us, he'll get another term. But if he didn't help us, we got about 100 members. Everybody influenced about 5 people. That's 500 votes we got.
Okay. Gonna take a little bit more.
Right, it take a little more.
Take a little bit more.
But hey, sometimes that's enough. That's all it takes.
It's just to start the kick and get it rolling.
Yeah.
Right. You know.
I mean, but that's a politics here in Chicago.
Right.
It's always going through different things, and right now, the mayor has issues. Right now, I've talked with him, and we have certain things we'd like to get done. He's making certain statements and commitments, and a lot of things are kind of turning around, some positive, some negative. But we want him to just do a good job. We got a lot of people that need his help and get things done that have not been done through all these years going on. So right now, I'm just trying to get him to be involved. Actually, trying to get him on the program so I can sit down and have him sit back and say, look, why should we have you elected again, Mr. Mayor? What is it that you're doing? What are you planning to do? And why should people want you to be reelected?
That's good.
Those are the issues that I'm trying to put on the table with them.
Yes.
Also, what do you guys think? Are you guys for Trump or for Harris?
What do you think?
I don't know. I'm a Republican. I can only say
What you think?
that. I am a Republican. I'm a Republican at heart. But I said, look, Mr. Trump has to be kicked out of the Republican Party because he's not doing what needs to be done.
Yeah,
and right now, I've even invited Ms. Harris to come to speak.
As an organization, we can't really comment on that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, because we're 501.
No, I'm not talking about the organization.
But
I'm talking about you as individuals.
We're still not commenting.
Okay, let me say this, because now I was a black Republican. Did you know Freddie Peavy?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, I worked with Freddie Peavy. He was a state rep.
Okay.
You know, and when I went to college, I had his literature in my trunk. I was a black Republican because the Democrats hadn't done anything for black people. And I knew Ben Lewis, and they had killed Ben Lewis. Say he committed suicide with his hands handcuffed behind his back, up in his office. Okay?
Kind of hard to commit suicide with your hands behind your back.
Right, okay. So I was a black Republican. You know, Bevel was a black Republican. Most of the civil rights guys were black Republicans because the Democrats, you know, they wasn't doing anything for the people. But, and my cousin, Jean Cone, she's a black Republican, I mean, big time, you know. So, but Donald Trump is a liar.
Racist, liar, and a few other things. But the real issue is, I'm a Republican, and of course, my mom says, "You're gonna go to hell? Are you a Republican?" Like, Mom, it's a political party. I will support Democrats, Republicans, and independents. People I feel that are going to do the right thing for the community. That's really not the party. It's about what the people want to achieve.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, and let me say this: when Hanrahan killed Fred Hampton, them, you know, Kerry ran against him. I worked for Kerry.
Okay.
So we could get rid of Hanrahan, okay? But like I was gonna say, Trump is a businessman who's not a very good businessman. He went bankrupt and stuff.
Many times.
Right, okay? And he'll tell a lie. A thief, you know, will steal. A murderer, you know, will kill. But a liar, you don't know what he'll do. See? And so, but I thought before that first debate, I went to that cruise, that you know, the black cruise down there, and
The business.
the business one. You were supposed to be there. I was supposed to meet you there, but we didn't meet up.
Yeah, I was on the boat. I was doing actually presentations on the boat. We had a camera up there doing different videos with different business owners.
Right. So I didn't see the debate.
Okay.
But after I heard about it, and I thought, wow, you know, that's it. Trump gonna be the president.
Trump's gonna do it again.
Right, you know. And so I'm so glad that Kamala Harris was put in the spot, you know.
Yeah, it's a strategy that was put on the table. VP Harris is good. Actually, kind of in her early days, she was in California. I was in California down the street. She was at McDonald's, and I was at Burger King.
Okay.
So we had a chance to put our class hats, say, hey, what's going on here? Because she was just starting undergrad, and I was starting undergrad also.
Okay.
And it was a good time just to get a chance to learn about what she's trying to do. And right now, I think she's a sharp young lady. And I also have to promote the fact I think women can do pretty much anything they want to do.
Right.
And right now, if the lines come up and say, hey, Harris gets the promo, the party does promote her and says, hey, she's our nominee. And I think right now she's a good nominee to actually put a trigger into Trump.
Right.
Yeah. After the debate that she did with Trump, I said, Trump has been trumped.
Right.
That's my format. I'm going to get the T-shirt.
Yeah,
So look,
right about that.
Trump has been Trump. So hey, let's get this done. So let's do for Harris. But it's something that's going to take place. And people, if you're not registered, you definitely got to get out there and vote.
Well, that's one of the things that, as individuals, we are. We're getting ready to register people.
Okay.
We're going to a class to be registrars. We're gonna register people to vote.
Right.
Got it.
Tomorrow.
That's what we're going to do. Start tomorrow.
And that's one thing. I just got a email from Mr. Obama. He's saying, look, make sure people get out, do the voting, get out here and roll, and make sure things are set up for people to get out and vote. Let's try to register at least 90%, especially all people in the Chicagoland area to get out to vote.
Right.
Now, I'm president of a block club also.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, we're going to go around, we're going to walk the community, find out who can't get to the voting booth, and set things of that nature. We're going to register them and all that. We're going to take care of all that.
Good.
So
and that's the key thing, because a lot of people don't know how to do it. But if you can get out there and educate them in terms of how it can be done and set it up and make it happen.
Right.
That's what we're saying the peacemakers can definitely help out with.
Right.
Yep, that's what we're doing.
So question, how much money do you guys need?
How much?
Yes.
Well, what do you think there, Prez?
Well, you know,
one of the main things we're looking for now, we're looking for other members.
yes.
Because it's membership
Doers. We know we need people that can do things.
Right.
We got enough Indians. We need some chiefs.
Okay.
Right.
And the budget, we had a administrator, and she was trying to get 300 and some thousand. 300 and some thousand.
Got it. Actually, got an organization here in the city that's looking for organizations like you guys. They give away about $2-3 million a year.
Yeah.
And it's money that came from an interesting person is never disclosed, but the Chicago Community Trust, the multi-billion-dollar trust, gives away money throughout the Chicagoland area. And it was funded by some people say it could have been a black man, and I won't get on that, but it's a format where there's dollars that came through the trust.
But
the can you help us to?
Of course.
The Peacemaker is a God-driven organization.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of times people are saying I'm at a dead end. I don't believe in dead ends, because you can either go under, turn around and go back and start over again. It's no dead end. And so every time that we think we somewhere as far as we can go, something happens, and we're able to move forward again.
Yeah, thanks. For me, it's been, I help a lot of organizations. I have a little time, since most of my time is dealing with this 15-year-old who's trying to drive me crazy.
Yeah.
So I got to get her into Stanford or Harvard. So that's what her picks are. I said, look, why don't
Or
you stay?
Dartmouth.
Or Dartmouth, but that's not her pick. She's like, hey, Stanford or Harvard? I'm like, what's going to go? Okay, just go to a school. I just want you to get that done. And what about supermodel? Well, yeah, you can be a supermodel also. So do what you feel you can do and enjoy it. And for me, I'll support what you need to get done, and we go from there.
Yeah.
But for me, I have time, and I try to help out different organizations wherever I can. Just like coming to the Russ Meek Speaks show, I try to bring different organizations on to tell the story. Why is it that you've involved yourselves to do X, Y, and Z? Why should people join and assist what you're trying to do? And how soon can you get it done? The key things I try to bring out on the table, say, hey, we need to get things done. Like right now, you guys are saying you do a lot of things. You're trying to find more volunteers to help out with your projects. You're trying to help people, especially in the mental health area, to assist. You're trying to also find people to make sure they have jobs and the ability to move forward. So if those are the key items, look, let's make this happen.
Okay, right.
On December the 7th, we're trying to schedule an award dinner.
Okay.
That's what we're trying to do.
Got it.
And
where's it going to be?
It's going to be we talk about the Crystal Sky that's out on Harlem.
Okay.
And so we're working on that right now.
How much you need?
You're the guy that I'm going to have to talk to.
Hey, as a matter of the dinner has to get set up. We just got how much do we have to raise and start taking donations coming in, and we roll from there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have some other people that's going to be involved to speak, and we'll probably talk to you, for something of that nature.
Hey, I have no problem with that.
I like to piggyback on everybody.
Okay, well, I'm promoting it right now. December the
7th.
Everybody heard. We have a Peacemaker dinner event, fundraiser.
And then if you want to contact us, you can contact us at 773 919 3979.
3979.
And the president got a
So that's our
President
card.
got
Okay.
give him your phone number.
Okay, so now, so my number and his number is on that card.
Okay, and I have your number also.
Right,
Yeah.
and you got my number also.
Right. So that, again, we can get this for December 7th. Definitely want to start getting promo on that. Also, I'll set you up with the internet format where we can start blasting all this. I'll even put you on the radio with WBEZ Public Radio, because they will be putting or promoting non-for-profits for events that come up. So we'll be telling about the dinner that's going to take place that you guys are setting up and why they want to be at this event.
Yeah.
And if they want to get some contributions for things like money, always, or they want to donate cars, or they want to donate anything else that can be utilized, then we can set this thing up and roll from there.
Right,
And the bottom line is to help people.
to help people.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this is really God driven, because I've been the president about 8 or 9 years.
Okay.
We have never gotten any kind of grants or anything. We function on bills, setting up parties for us
Okay.
and stuff like that, you know, and we meet people like we met you.
Okay. And now it's time to say, let's set a little bit of corporate structure here. We got a 501(c)(3),
Right,
so
That's
we're a
right.
credible nonprofit organization.
Right.
And right now we can take in money.
right.
And right now, we give you the numbers. Also, if you see the show, hey, you can call and make some donations if you want also. And it is tax deductible.
It's tax
if
deductible.
you want to
That's
help
right.
get these things done for the peacemakers.
Right.
So,
Right.
again, that's on
Yeah,
the
we
TV.
need all the help we can get.
Yeah, that's
Right.
done. Now, the other question, what's the goal for the next 5 to 10 years for you guys? What are you planning to do?
Well,
Well, first of all, we need a headquarters.
right.
And
You need a building? You want a building or something like that? Or
yeah, we need
Yeah.
because see, we're gonna have equipment for these kids that go to work. Got to have somewhere to put it.
what? Okay.
You know, things of that nature. And it's a couple of areas that I've been looking at. We want to build Peace City,
Okay.
something that the community come and use. They may want to give a birthday party
Okay.
or
And,
whatever.
some space where
Yeah,
they can
we
use it
need
for
space.
different events.
Yeah.
Hey, we got this facility. You can register the date if it's available, and we can move from there.
Okay.
Then you set up the format for kids to have a computer room or science area, and that's going to be available for them to utilize. Then we also partner with different universities if they want to have
Right.
different types of instructors maybe to come through on a certain day of the week where they might teach a class maybe 2 or 3 times a month.
Okay.
Okay, we got another program that we do called Ask an Elder.
Okay.
So we trying to work with a couple of schools. I'm supposed to give them a call, and then the kids line up. We're gonna have elders on the stage that knowledgeable, know how to answer a question.
People who have knowledge, they're going to try to
Right.
distribute what's going on. And how do you guys define, am I an elder now?
Well,
Oh, I'm getting pretty old. I'm at 60 years old.
no, like I said, I got a son 60. I'll be 80 in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm 76.
Right. Okay.
Oh, I'm just trying to understand what part of the.
Nah, you ain't no elder.
what I'm
Well, no, you ain't an elder.
Yeah.
I mean,
But we did that a couple of times, Ask an Elder, and it worked out real good.
yes.
And you'd be surprised how kids can ask you a question, and you'd be sitting there scratching your head.
Yeah.
Because kids are not stupid.
Right.
They're smarter than what you think they are.
Right.
And that's the
you
big
can
issue.
learn from a child too.
Right. Denise did it one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. She was the one, and I asked an elder.
And that's, again, another thing that people kind of forget. We got a lot of sharp people who are defined as elders that can help a lot of people today.
Right.
And right now, a lot of things you may think they don't know, but hey, knowledge has been over the years. We can just keep it and keep utilizing it and passing it on so that people can make this happen.
Okay.
So I got to ask you guys, as my elders, what is it that we're not doing properly right now in the African American community?
Well, one of the things, the African American community is not together.
Yeah.
They, a lot of these organizations get a grant. They go over there to a corner,
Right.
and it won't tell, won't relay any kind of message on how they got it, what they do with it.
Right.
And so they're not what you call united.
Okay.
Right. Sharing
So
that information.
they don't share. So I look at it this way: if the peacemakers can get something to get something started, the peacemakers going to share with the whole community, the whole city, if we get that much.
Okay.
That's
So-
what we're looking for.
So right now, I look at our community, looking at the African Americans in the U.S. I'm looking about roughly the $17 billion that we spend on an annual basis. I'm looking at the main three items that we spend money on in the African American community. Right now, we spend it on health care or hair care.
Right, hair
Major distribution in the hair care side.
Yeah.
We also spend it on food, major consumers of items that are out there, and also we buy gym shoes. Can I believe? I didn't know that
Yeah.
a third of the largest amount of expenditures from the African American community goes to shoes.
Yeah.
Again, and we have more money than countries around the world spending
Right.
our budget on an annual basis. So the question is, are we doing something wrong since we have all this money to spend?
They're not united. Everybody's going in a different direction.
Yeah.
Right.
And
We are.
I had floated the idea to a couple of people, couple of high-ranking people, about starting a co-op. You know, people be saying they won't bring a grocery store. Why not bring your own grocery store? You know, why are you saying they? Why don't we just do this ourselves?
Yeah.
And I think a co-op is a good point to start, because you got a lot of these suburbs and stuff. If you look at it, they're co-ops, these stores and stuff. It's not just one person on that store. You might have 10 people on one store because they came together, united. And that's what the black community need to do.
Yeah, just like we know what we spend money with.
Right.
Right now, we can approach these institutions that are providing these products, like the Walmarts and other major institutions. Say,
Right.
look, if you're going to be in our community right now, we need to be owners in this. It's no longer just we come to your store and buy, because if we don't own it, then we're not going to buy it at your place.
That's right.
So that's the logic I would think that should be used.
Yeah.
Right.
So the question comes back, then what's going to be the 5 to 10 year plan for the peacemakers?
Well, that's one of the things that the peacemakers want to do
Okay.
within the next 5-10 years.
Okay.
We want to bring the people together, get some business started.
Okay. So,
That's one of the main goals right there, helping people get to that point,
okay.
you know. And we want to, like I said, a peace city. If we got the peace city going, we can get people to come in and come together at that area.
Okay, so I'm on the board of the Illinois Black Business Chamber of Commerce. We have a chamber of commerce in every state in the union. And right now, there's different avenues that we can utilize, where we're talking about trillions of dollars right now that going through black businesses that can actually make things happen. So why not utilize these strengths, combine all around the country, and say, hey, we have the power to make some things work.
You know, it was some young men came to me, and because see, I had been trying to get this together about starting a company with the beautification. Some young men came to me. They drug dealers.
Okay.
I'm telling you, they say they were tired of looking over their shoulder. They were trying to do something. They wanted to start a cleaning business, doing exactly what I was talking about. But I don't have the resources to get to that point. And these young men still looking for me to do something.
Well,
Yeah.
I can only tell you to be surprised how many major corporations that exist in this country we call America started
Right.
from money from drug dealers.
Right.
And right now, we may say, hey, it's illegal, but hey, right now we got one of the biggest commodity items that are out there right now that was defined as illegal drugs are cannabis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multi-trillion-dollar industry right now that cannabis is making, and now it is defined as legal. So why not utilize the knowledge that these folks have basically learned over the years from cannabis sales? Because right now it's being done, and one way or another it's going to happen in the communities. Hey, people like cannabis. Hey, some people say it's a good health thing too, and I can say the Indians can tell you it's pretty good. Smoking marijuana or weed, yeah, let's go have a powwow because that's the way to get it done. So things like that are options, but it's really just knowing what's available. And we're in a country where opportunities are there. You can define what you want to do, make it happen, keep it legal, and make sure you understand what and how to get it done. And people like you guys, the seniors of the crew, say, hey, we've been around here for years, so we can tell you how to make this thing work and what to do and not to do. And we can show you how to market it, how to get it done, and then how to get to the right people.
Right.
So right now, again, I'm willing to take the steps with Peacemakers and say, look, how do I help you guys to go to the next level? Right now, we're on this step and want to take it up to the next step. And
Well, that's why I say this is God-driven.
Right, right. God sent you to us.
Yeah, so that's a blessing.
Hey, again, for me, I got to tell you, I'm prejudiced. You black folks. So I got to help you guys no matter what I do. My folks came out of Mississippi, down in Starksville, Mississippi, and peoples were part of the family, and basically picking up cotton and all the other things that they had to go through. And that was just part of the life down in Mississippi. And
and I picked a lot of cotton.
my grandmother was there and met a guy who was Blackfeet Indian. So she married the Blackfeet Indian guy, and it's a matter of, hey, I got the Blackfeet Indian part of my actual heritage. And I do have to say right now, Indian heritage, and if actually you define yourself as an American Indian, you're entitled to certain things right now. And right now, you're entitled to build casinos and other things because you're in your own country and domain. So basically, as an American Indian, you have those abilities to create a lot. And folks need to understand, a lot of folks in the African American community are also part Indian.
Cherokee.
Right. Okay, I got a Cherokee here, I got a Blackfeet here. So what about you? You look like a Navajo to me. But those are things that we can define. We can actually take the blood test and get the sample and say, hey, where's the heritage come from? And see exactly how to make things happen. So part of the life. So right now, we've actually gone by a lot of time, and we only got a few more minutes left. And I'm saying, hey, what is it that we have to talk about the Peacemakers? What else do you guys want people to know?
We want them to know with that phone number that we gave out, if you need somebody to come by, console you on your block, to help you clean your block, we're willing to come through, you know, and just to, what you call it, we need to just come together in unity and do what we have to do.
And
my T-shirt says, "Peace is a disease," and I'm stage 4. So I got it bad.
Stage 4.
Now let me say this one, because I this is my little elevator speech, and I get it. And whenever I'm in front of some people, I always say, "Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, don't fornicate, and don't kill. Don't kill anybody else, and don't kill yourself, because suicide is a big thing now." My big brother taught me when I was young how to get along in the streets. He said, close your mouth, mind your own business, and get out the way. And like I say, I'll be 80 years old soon. And those are some things that you can do and get along with people. And you got to learn how to forgive, because if you do all of that stuff and you don't forgive, it's going to hurt you. It's going to affect you. So you got to forgive, and you got to pray, because prayer works.
And to the young people, you know, when you're in school, you can't learn a lot with your mouth open. You got to go to school with your ears open and not your mouth, and you'll learn something. So work hard, and because education is a very, very important thing.
So, what's the population of African Americans at Dartmouth?
Now it's more now, but now when I graduated, my class, it was 7 of us.
7.
It was 7, and then what they've done, they get blacks, but they get it from the Caribbean. They don't get inner city blacks like me.
Does that mean we need to start protesting at Dartmouth? Do we need to start a protest at Dartmouth?
Well, I mean, some people do. When I went there, I didn't protest. I got a degree. Now, I was class of 71. I graduated in 70. Because all the way through, the people told me, you can't make it. You're not going to make it. You're probably not going to make it.
It's like it's gone. It's not
Right.
gonna happen.
So, but like I say, Google Allan Tiny Evans, and they'll tell my story. We took 15 blacks. Maybe 2 of us had high school diplomas. Everybody else was dropouts. And out of the 15, 7 graduated. So, so they written books about me and stuff like that, you know, because they said what we did was, you know, amazing. But the thing is, we just got an opportunity. See, if we got more opportunity, we could do more.
Got it. And last note also on the mental health side, right now it's a huge need for mental health counseling, especially in the African American community. We have a huge population of people who've gone through penal systems and things of that nature, and mental counseling is needed to correct some problems, because if you don't get help, you don't correct the problem.
Let me say this about mental health. Like I said, we have the Incompetence Center that's been in operation 5 years. A couple of weeks ago, we finished in Inglewood, where we, you know, you have to get so many signatures to be on the ballot. And we had in Lawndale, East West Garfield, 10,002. In Inglewood, they got 17,000. Okay, so we will have it on the ballot. Now we just got to get people to come out and vote.
Get it done. So bottom line, we need to get people out to vote. We got an election coming up here. Again, for me, I said kick out Trump. It's more about, hey, look, let's get out and make this thing happen. But right now, for Peacemakers, we need to also have you guys at December 7th, definitely at the dinner event that we're going to have. And we need to have you guys involved and volunteer, do other things that you can assist, and ideas that you think might be utilized by Peacemakers. So something in, you guys got the number? What's that number again?
773-317-9750.
Okay.
And
773-919-3979.
And again, you got the Peacemakers say, hey, look, we're trying to bring this to Chicagoland community, make things work. And if you have people who need to get help with mental health, definitely call. If you need to get people who need to help do something they need to do, you need to bring some kids who need some education, different things they want to get involved with, then hey, you got the Peacemakers to make this thing happen.
yeah.
Well, I appreciate being here.
Okay.
Hey, again, this is the start. This is just phase 1.
Okay.
So that's the card.
We're talking about, this is just the
Incompetence
first
Center.
intro show right now. Again, you guys are on the internet. The show will be there. You go to YouTube. It tells you all the stuff that we talked about today. And we'll talk about the Peacemakers, and we're international. So hey, done deal. We got to get this thing going.
Okay, great.
Let me see. You said you go on YouTube, right?